So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily News and Shorts. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs in a short span of time. Now, needless to say this, you have to revise this lecture from the notes provided by us just after watching it. Because just watching this lecture would be job half done. You'll quickly forget these current affairs which we have just discussed. Okay, so revise it from the notes. The notes are shared on our Telegram channel and the link to our Telegram channel is provided in the comment section below. Okay, alright. Enough of the introduction, let's straight away jump into the lecture. Alright, let's begin. So daily current affairs, 17th of October, Friday, and here is the list of topics that we shall cover today. Okay, so topics to be covered. Number one, we'll talk about South Atlantic Anomaly, because recently a European Union's mission discovered that the area covered under this South Atlantic Anomaly is increasing, which is, well, not good news. Now the question is, what is South Atlantic Anomaly? We'll talk about this. Then recently, Ministry of Mines has released State Mining Readiness Index. Okay, State Mining Readiness Index is basically released to rank different states on the basis of their governance with respect to mining of minerals. Okay, so this is to induce a bit of competition between states. Okay, so State Mining Readiness Index. Then the third topic is India and MERCOSUR, because both these sides are ready to sign a free trade agreement. So our focus would be what is MERCOSUR, and in the end we'll talk about project TRINETRA. Okay, this was basically implemented in Maharashtra and we are basically entering into the era of AI policing through project TRINETRA. So what is this? We'll talk about this also. Okay, so these are the four news items. The first topic is related to geography portion of your UPSC syllabus. Okay, the second topic is related to policy and governance portion of your UPSC syllabus. The third topic is related to international relations and economics portion of your UPSC syllabus, but more of international relations. And the last topic is related to science and technology and policy portion of your UPSC syllabus. Okay, so these are the four topics. Let's start discussing them one by one, starting with South Atlantic Anomaly. Okay, SAA. Now listen to me carefully, okay, very carefully. You all know that Earth has its magnetic field. Okay, Earth has a magnetic field also. Earth acts as a giant magnet with North Pole at the North Pole, geographic North Pole, and South Pole at the geographic South Pole, Antarctica. Right? And it is because of this magnetic field that these highly charged harmful particles released by Sun do not harm us or any life on the planet. Earth's magnetic field protects us from these solar flares, highly charged solar particles. Yes. Now there is a particular area in the South Atlantic Ocean where this magnetic field is a little weak. And this area is increasing as observed by European Space Agency. Okay. Now this area where magnetic field of Earth is weak is known as South Atlantic Anomaly. It shouldn't be weak in this area, but it is pretty weak. It's a weird phenomenon. And that is why it is called anomaly. So what is in the news with respect to this South Atlantic Anomaly? And what is this South Atlantic Anomaly? A question can be asked in your prelims examination as well as mains. So let's investigate this, okay? So South Atlantic Anomaly. So what is in the news? So researchers analyze data from European Space Agency SWARM mission. Okay, so remember European Space Agency. They might confuse you in your prelims examination by saying NASA. And generally people assume that it's NASA only. No, it's European Space Agency's SWARM mission, that the South Atlantic Anomaly, the region of weakest intensity in Earth's magnetic field, has expanded. The area where weak magnetic field exists has expanded since 2014. Today, according to the data, it covers about 0.9% more of Earth's surface than it did in 2014. Okay, so this was in the news. Now let's talk about what is this South Atlantic Anomaly. Okay, so look at this map. Okay, so the area where magnetic field is the strongest is reddish, then medium is yellowish, and the area where magnetic field is extremely weak is blue-black. Now as you can see, this is the area where magnetic field is extremely weak. This encompasses parts of South America, South Atlantic Ocean, some parts of Africa as well. Right? This is known as South Atlantic Anomaly. It was first observed during 19th century. Okay, now the question is, why this area? Why magnetic field is weak in this area? You know how magnetic field is generated in our planet, okay, in Earth? You know how? Well, as you all know that our planet is divided into various layers: crust, mantle, outer core, inner core, right? So in the outer core, there are molten metals, okay? Iron is there, nickel is there, and they are moving, they are flowing in a circular form, they are flowing. And because these ferrous minerals, iron and nickel, are flowing, because of their motion, magnetic field is generated. Earth acts as a giant magnet. So because of the movement of iron and nickel in the outer core, molten iron and nickel, well, magnetism is generated. Clear? Now, you know this. Now let's talk about why this particular region is weak, okay, as far as magnetic field is concerned, okay. So reasons for this anomaly. First of all, in this specific portion, the movement of iron and nickel is waywardly. It's not proper and it's weird, which weakens the magnetic field in this area. Clear? So irregular motion of molten iron and nickel only in this particular area, not on the rest of the planet, only in this particular area, weakens the magnetic field in this particular area. Yes? Then the other. Well, the mantle structure, just outside the outer core where iron and nickel are flowing, there is mantle. Well, in this mantle, a large dense reservoir of rock deep beneath Africa disturbs the flow of material. The reason why iron and nickel are flowing irregularly is because the mantle in this region is blocking their flow, okay, due to high pressure. So this is another reason. Plus, the last reason is reverse magnetic flux. In the region beneath South Atlantic anomaly, magnetic field lines loop backwards. Generally, magnetic field lines come outside. In this particular area, they are looping backwards, they are going downwards, not going upwards. And because of that, the magnetic field gets weakened. There are some lines getting up, there are some lines getting down, which are cancelling it. This is reverse magnetic flux. So remember, three reasons are there that explain South Atlantic anomaly. Clear? Now, South Atlantic anomaly is basically called a magnetic weak spot. Now, what happens when there is a magnetic weak spot? I mean, how does it harm us? Why should we be concerned by this? Well, because there are certain consequences. First of all, if magnetic field is weak in this area, then remember I told you Earth's magnetic field protects us from harmful solar radiation. That protection would get weakened. And this harms the satellites and the spacecrafts flying in this area. Okay, so this is one reason. Then navigation challenges, because navigation, GPS, is provided through satellites. Satellites in this area are getting harmed because of weak magnetic field, so this is a problem. Then space weather sensitivity, again solar radiation, harmful solar radiations would enter. Plus regional variation effects. The problem with South Atlantic anomaly is that it moves sometimes eastwards, sometimes westwards, sometimes upwards, northwards, sometimes southwards. It keeps on moving and changing its shape, because of which problems occur in the nearby areas as well. So these are the consequences. Simple, okay? Now let's quickly shift our focus to next news item, which is pretty simple, okay? State Mining Readiness Index. Now you should know this. You must have read about critical minerals. Right? Critical minerals, these minerals are extremely critical for a country's national security as well as economic security. Right? Now, critical minerals are very important, and globally there is a race between countries for getting access to these critical minerals. US, China are fighting, India, China are fighting, all these things are happening. Now, India wants that these critical minerals should be found in India itself. Right? For that, we need to improve our mining, because these critical minerals are extracted out of earth through mining only. Now, in our country, mining suffers from various regulatory policy challenges, governmental challenges. Okay, that is why, to induce a healthy competition between states, so that states create a very good environment for doing mining in their state. Okay, to induce them to do that, there is a healthy competition between states. Make sense? Basically, we want ease of doing business. Okay, government rules and regulations should be easy for mining companies to follow. It should be business friendly, right? Only then we'll get access to critical minerals, and well, India would secure itself. Yes. So, to induce healthy competition between states, Ministry of Mines launched State Mining Readiness Index. Basically, through this, different states will be ranked as to which state is more mining ready, more mining friendly. Yes? Okay, so let's talk about this. State Mining Readiness Index. So what was in the news? The Ministry of Mines released State Mining Readiness Index and corresponding state rankings, marking what is described as a major step towards promoting mining sector reforms at state level as well. The initiative also fulfills an announcement made during union budget. Okay, government promised during the budget that we'll do such a thing. Now, about this index, okay, so on what indicators different states are judged? So on 4 indicators, these states are given a rank and then an overall ranking is released. Number 1, auction performance. You see, mining blocks are auctioned to private companies. How good are these auction processes in different states? This is one indicator. Number 2, early mine operationalization. So after the mine has been auctioned, how soon did the company start actual mining? Because after getting that mining block from auction, the company has to take various approvals to start with mining. Beforehand, they have to take these approvals, only then they can start this. Now, if these approvals from the state government are complicated, the mining operations would be delayed. So this is another indicator. Then the third is exploration. How good the state is making efforts to explore different minerals. Okay, exploration through surveys, geological surveys. This is there. And the mining companies or the mining operations, how sustainable they are. They are not harming the environment. So this is another. Clear? So these are the indicators. Clear? Now, this index basically divides different states into 3 categories. Category A states, which have a lot of minerals. Category B states, which have medium amount of minerals. And category C states, like Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, okay, which do not have that many minerals. So the states are first divided into these categories and then rankings are given for a particular category. Clear? The benefit of this is competitive federalism. Okay, the benefit is more access to critical minerals. There are so many benefits which are given in your notes, so just go through that. Okay, and now let's move forward to third news item, and that is India and MERCOSUR. Okay, now look, you know about European Union. So all the European countries came together to create an economic union, right? Similarly, you should know about ASEAN. All the Southeast Asian countries came together to create an economic union, right? There was another political union called SAARC, which is now defunct. It also tried to create an economic union. USA, Canada, and Mexico also have a free trade agreement, free trade area, economic union. Similarly, in South America, there is an economic union much on the lines of European Union, and that is called MERCOSUR. Okay, South America, where countries like Brazil, Argentina are there. Yes. Now, this economic union is of significance if any country wants to do trade in South America. India wants to do that. Now, recently, India and Brazil met, and they have decided to further expand the preferential trade agreement India has with MERCOSUR. India already has a trade agreement with MERCOSUR countries, okay? But India wants to improve upon that. Brazil also wants to improve upon that, right? So this was in the news. But that is not important for us. What is important for us is to know about MERCOSUR. What is MERCOSUR? Which countries are its members? The location of those countries, because geographical location-based questions are also asked in your prelims, right? So we'll talk about all these things, okay? So India and MERCOSUR. So what was in the news? India and Brazil have announced a joint declaration for deepening MERCOSUR-India trade agreement. Already we have a preferential trade agreement. We want to expand on this. This was in the news. But let's talk about MERCOSUR. So as I told you, that MERCOSUR is a trade union, economic union of South American countries. Okay. Now, as you can see on this, this is MERCOSUR. Clear? The dark blue countries are permanent members. The light blue countries are associate members. And one country which is red, that is Venezuela, it is a suspended member. It is suspended because of political reasons. We won't get into that. Okay, geopolitical reasons. But this is suspended. So as you can see, almost the entire South American continent is covered under MERCOSUR. Okay, so you can see the permanent members are Brazil, Ecuador, Argentina, okay, Uruguay. Then associate members are Peru, Chile, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador is over here. Sorry. Okay, this is, I guess, just a second. Paraguay. Yes, Paraguay. Okay, so these are permanent members. Okay, the details are given in your notes, so don't worry. Okay, not just this map, everything is given. Now, about MERCOSUR. So, South American trade bloc founded in 1991 through Treaty of Asuncion. Okay, it is the fourth largest integrated market after European Union, USMCA, US, Mexico, Canada, and ASEAN. Okay, under this, free movement of goods and services is allowed between countries. Movement of capital investments is allowed. People movement, visa restrictions are eased. Okay, its headquarters are in Montevideo, Uruguay, and the official languages that are spoken for this is Spanish, because most countries are Spanish, and Brazil speaks Portuguese, so Spanish and Portuguese. Clear? Now, what are the recent developments? Well, recently Bolivia was given full membership. Okay, so Bolivia, as you can see over here, it was associate member, but in 2024 it was given full membership. It should be dark blue, Bolivia. Okay. Then trade with India. India and MERCOSUR are working to expand their existing preferential trade agreement. And European Union and MERCOSUR, both these blocs are basically aiming to sign a free trade agreement amongst themselves as well. So these are some of the recent developments with respect to MERCOSUR. That's about it. Okay. And last topic, but definitely not the least, is Project TRINETRA. You know, AI is basically touching everything we know, right? Now, AI is in healthcare, AI is in agriculture, AI is in internet, of course, okay? AI is everywhere. AI is in law everywhere. Similarly, there were many proponents or many people who supported the idea of using AI in policing. And many initiatives have been taken so far. One such initiative has been taken in Maharashtra. Okay, and that is known as TRINETRA. So what is this AI initiative called TRINETRA? Okay, what is this? And how will it improve policing? What are the advantages of this? Questions can be asked, that's why we are discussing this. So let's quickly discuss Project TRINETRA. Okay, so what was in the news? In Maharashtra's Akola district, Project TRINETRA is a predictive policing initiative that uses AI and data analytics to prevent and solve crimes. The full form of TRINETRA is Targeted Risk-Based Insights for Next Crime Estimation. It can predict whether this person can commit crime in future, whether an existing criminal, after getting out of jail, can commit a new crime in future. This predictive technology is being used. And tactical resource allocation. The project has been recognized as one of India's first attempts at a predictive policing framework that incorporates ethical safeguards like transparency and human oversight. Okay, so what are these safeguards? Let's talk about this. So first of all, within this TRINETRA, there will be repeat offender risk scoring. So every offender will be given a risk score. That risk score will tell you whether this person is going to repeat a crime in future or not. This is there. Then there is a granular dashboard where all the police resources, which police station, thana, how many resources, how many facilities are there, all of this would be available in this granular dashboard. Then focus only on prior offenders. Okay, this would only focus on repeated offenders. Clear? And transparent algorithm. Clear? Transparency would be there. Human in loop approach. That means everything wouldn't be handled by AI. A human would be there to check whether the AI is not going wrong or committing any mistake or any bias. So this is the thing. Clear? Make sense? Yes? And that would be all. The benefits are given in your notes, so do check them out. Alright? And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it will add more value if you're consistent and regular and you revise this lecture from the notes. So please do not forget to do that. And I shall see you next time with another set of news items. Thank you, everyone.